Hello and welcome to the Neon City Daily Podcast. I'm Jamie.
I'm Nick.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Dave.
Woo!
And we got a smoke machine.
Oh, yeah.
That's, yeah. I am actually keen to find out how loud that is.
I don't think it's very loud at all. I hardly heard it.
Yeah.
I think it's okay.
It's okay. It's all good.
And luckily it's non-toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're told.
Apparently.
We hear it's non-toxic, but we'll see.
Who knows? Who actually knows?
If we're not here next week, you know the answer.
If any of us are in hospital with a collapsed lung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, we could probably do it from the hospital.
Yeah. No, it's
be
a given
fine.
now.
They have Wi-Fi and stuff.
Yeah, we've got
Yeah.
phones.
So, how's everybody been?
It's definitely been a week.
Yeah.
Yep, it occurred.
Yeah, time changed hands.
It's much like the
moved
week in
forward.
gaming news. Not much happened, really.
Yeah, it's been a little bit quiet. There's been like some stuff here and there. James Randi died, but he wasn't so much as a game guy as like a dude who debunked magics and
Oh, yeah, that
and
guy.
charlatans.
Yeah.
But
I
still,
was
sad to see him
legitimately-
go.
Yeah, it's true.
Trying to work out who you were talking about then. So
Yeah, the amazing Randy. But he made it to 92, so good on him.
Mm.
But yeah, what you been playing anything, Nick?
yes.
Mm.
I tried out Nowhere Profit.
I have
Which
not
was
heard
really
of that.
good. No, it's on Game Pass now. It's like a small indie game that what's it like? It's kind of like your whole the game with the stagecoach. You're trying to get across America. You
Like
get dysentery a
Oregon
lot.
Trail?
That's it.
Right.
It's kind of like take that only to like have to manage like a caravan of like nomadic people
Mm-hmm.
that you for some reason can like the whole idea is that you as a player are like this chieftain type character that can like sense and communicate with technology that existed before this world collapsed.
Right.
And so this something crashed from the sky, like what sounds like a satellite crashed from the sky. It told you, or like you felt that you had to go to this place to get some other thing. And so you're like, all right, I'll take all these dudes with me. So on that way, you got to obviously make the choices about where you're going on the map. You've got to try to navigate different quandaries that come up. Like, oh, there's a guy running down the hill and he's terrified and he's screaming for help. Do you help him or do you shoot him? Stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got like a really awkward combat mechanic to it. It's like it's turn-based. And I can see where they were going with it, like putting you on grids and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense, but I'm terrible at it.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's just because I don't get it or because it's just kind of hard to grasp.
Right.
So I'm a little bit undecided on it at the moment.
I mean, it sounds like my gaming experience in general. You know.
What's it?
You
What's
should
it
play
similar?
Nowhere Profit, Dave.
What's it similar to?
Like I said, like the Oregon Trail game, or
okay.
yeah, like it's very similar to that in the way that you, like for the most part, need to approach it.
Yeah, but it's
So-
turn-based strategy as well.
Yeah, it's just got that, like, if you go into an encounter that ends in combat, or if you have a chance of meeting with someone on the trail or in a camp or something like that, that's when it'll go to that turn-based.
So what is it when you're not in that?
That's the Oregon Trail. You're just like, oh, yeah,
sounds
sure,
a-
I'll go
it's-
left.
Okay.
Sounds a lot like Banner Saga.
Little bit, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Just, it's actually, I feel like a bit less, not that Banner Saga was linear, but a bit less linear than
Okay.
Banner Saga in the way that, like, with obviously Banner Saga, you were just going across the landscape.
Yeah.
This has got some, like, more choices in the way that you will take forking paths and like the terrain that you go over matters and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Cool.
So no, I've been enjoying that. That's been pretty cool. I played a bit more of my friend Pedro.
Oh
Which
yeah,
is like
yeah,
that
yeah.
side scrolly, like talks to his banana nutcase, like shoot his way through mafia guys thing. That's super cool. I'm terrible at it once again. So I'm like, it's fun.
If it's
But
fun,
it's
it doesn't
fun.
matter, does it?
Yeah.
That's the thing,
So
yeah.
I just had a lot of fun with it. That and I'm
Yeah,
in Sea
nice.
of Thieves as well. Like
Mhm.
I spent a good few hours in that the
Dressing
night before we
yourself,
streamed,
yeah.
actually, to try and like go, okay, let's see if I can learn video game
Yeah.
a bit more. Before we pirate it again. But no, it was, I'm still enjoying a lot of the Sea of Thieves stuff, especially because the night before when I kind of bounced in, we just kind of did like pleb stuff, like just got the normal garbage, like whatever missions from the guys that you hand stuff into. And no, they were good. It's just you'd follow one, then you'd end up with another quest somewhere. And so it was just this like bunny hopping trail of, but that's over there.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Good couple of hours.
Yeah.
Just sunk into that.
How much did you sink into your very fancy dress that you got?
Oh, that was I literally went, I need to get dressed for every Sea of Thieves stream that we have.
Right.
I need to dress differently. So I went, what am I going to do? And I was like, that's the miniest skirt that I can see. I went from there. Worked it out. Got myself a big hat.
Yeah.
Got my dance, my squid dance.
The dance was very special.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
That was
Oh, I enjoyed that when I saw that. So.
Did the dance cost like real world money or?
I already had some and I don't know
Okay.
why. Yeah, I
maybe
just
you just
like,
kind of got some for playing it since
yeah,
launch.
because I started playing that at launch.
Yeah.
So I'd assume they would have given me some at some point.
Yeah.
Especially for fighting through like their early stages of like, oh, you want some loot? How about you punch yourself in the dick?
Maybe it's kind of like, first one's free when they had the shop come out.
They did actually have, I was going to mention to you last night, I think for a couple more days, they do actually have like a dog dance that's free on the store.
Dog dance.
Yeah, if you want to dance like a dog,
I don't quite know
go
what that
log
means.
yourself. Well, you'll find out.
Is that
If
where you
log
just, like-
into
I don't know what I want to.
Thieves, you
Is
go
that
to
where
the
you,
Pirate
like,
Emporium.
Do you run around in circles and then kind of like flop on the
I
ground
think
and
you do
scratch your
like
back?
some like tail wags and some little scratches and stuff.
Lie down, lick your groin.
Yeah.
You know what? If there was a groin lick emote, I would for sure get that.
I just every time, just instead of seeing Jamie jump off the ship, we'd turn around and see him licking
Just-
his
That was what
Every
you were
time.
doing like the other
I'm-
night. You were just
I'm
like, oh,
busy.
Jamie's, there's a ship nearby. Oh, Jamie's gone.
Yeah, it worked so well the first time we did it.
Yeah.
But I forgot to like power my shots. I just try to run and jump. And
Oh,
the sprint
yeah,
is
yeah.
never as fast as you think it is.
No.
No, you always think you're going to get there, and
Yeah.
it's just not quite.
I got on a couple of times though
Yeah.
to enemy ships. So
I
that
just
was good.
appreciated that we'd like found a boat straight up and we're like, oh, look at all that treasure.
Yeah.
Oh,
That
like
was insane.
immediately.
Yeah.
But then the game got its own back when we
That-
destroyed another ship and there was the ghost ship was like, no, there's nothing here.
Nothing. I
We
couldn't
owned
believe it.
them well.
I do-
But there
I-
was nothing.
Yeah. We
I do
decimated
think
it.
I do think that's part of the there was like talk about a week or two ago. I got an email of an event thing coming up, and so when that ship popped up, it actually had like a bit of a title card, like this is the battle for the whatever. That is, as far as I know, going to be part of an event that's in there where it's like some like skeleton shadow ghost pirate thing. So whereas you've got like the flame guy that's been pissing everyone off for like a year, now we're going to have this like shadow doom lord skeleton
Okay.
showing up and pissing everyone off for the next year maybe.
Cool.
Which I mean is
guess.
good. They're
Yeah.
changing it up. It was a different encounter. Like the ghost ship one's very specific,
Yeah.
and yeah, this one was also yet again like fairly specific,
Those flame vortexes are kind of weird. Like the big fight with like the
sucking down the power of the sun.
yeah. They're I don't know what the story behind that is. It's just like, oh, there's a guy
Ember
over
Lords.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I vaguely know, but I'm not going to get into it because I don't know enough to say that I actually know.
I thought you were going to say I'm not going to get into it because it's too much lore. Like, the
backstory.
storyline behind why there is a skeleton, it's too much.
Yeah, no, it's like there is some kind of lore-tastic reason that is there, and like I said, I think I kind of know some of it, but I don't really. So
Okay.
I'm just going to leave it for now.
Okay.
Don't want to get into lore I don't know.
It's just
That's
fun
fair, that's
pirating.
fair.
Let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
just be pirate.
Just
shoot
boys on boat.
skeleton,
Boys on boat.
Be boat boys.
Yeah. Yeah. That everything you've been up to?
Yeah, that is actually. I think that's those 3 games. I think it's been about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, haven't done much else.
How about you, Dave?
I've been playing very little. I got jumped into Worms tutorial to play
Oh, yeah.
after getting destroyed by Josh and James the other week, and then almost destroying Jamie and myself on the same team.
Yeah.
Oh,
you,
Nice.
I mean, it was all unintentional.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It wasn't like
I
I was
know.
deliberately griefing trying to kill myself and Jamie. It just kind of happened.
yeah. No, I know you didn't mean it, but you were definitely a danger to the.
Oh yeah, I was a severe handicap. I was leveling that playing field.
When Dave's on the board, no worm is safe.
Yeah. Other than that, a little bit of League of Legends. Good times.
Yeah.
And I've been watching a lot of League of Legends just on Twitch and stuff because it's the Worlds are on still.
I was going to say
So
that
it's-
that thing is still going, isn't it? Yeah.
Who is the champion of Worlds right now?
Who won last year? They're not even here.
Oh wow,
No.
Wow.
they left that big.
Yeah, they didn't make it.
They got knocked out.
They didn't
Okay.
make it to Worlds this time. So
Oh, that happens.
you've got G2 from Europe and Darm1 tonight, whereas our time when we're recording this, and then tomorrow night it's Suning and Top Esports.
So where are they? Where are the teams from, respectively?
So
I assume one is from China.
I was gonna
two of them are from China.
Two from China?
Yeah, I heard a
Suning
couple
and
that
Top
sound
are
like
from China. They're
Yeah.
on one side of the bracket, and then G2's Europe, and one not Taiwanese, Korean team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we got semis this weekend and then final next weekend. I'm hoping G2 can make it.
Who have you got money on?
None of them. My heart's on my heart's with G2.
Cool. Is that everything? Like,
Did I boot up anything? I mean, I still stared at the Need for Speed Hot Pursuit that I talked about
Oh,
last
yeah.
time.
Just
No,
looked
that
at
still
it.
sucks ass.
Yeah, I was going to say that didn't leave a very particularly good impression.
No,
I can't see
I
wanting
I
to go
played
back
the
to that.
original one well before
Yeah.
that, and that was okay.
Yeah.
And then this one was just no.
It happened.
Yeah.
It happened, and it was unfortunate.
I might have hopped in. Did I hop into any of my racing games this week? I might have hopped in very briefly and just done a quick drive around going, woohoo, that's fun. And then
Yeah.
went,
Yeah,
okay, I'm tired now.
I'm
Work.
done now. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Cool.
What about yourself?
Oh, I've been playing just Baldur's Gate 3. I've kind of gone through I don't know, 4 or 5 hours of it, and I think I'm actually going to stop because the game is really promising,
Yeah.
but it's also pretty raw, and I'm just running into a lot of bugs where it's like, you know, you talk to a character, they say no, and then you talk to the character again while they're walking away, and you can retry the thing that
Right.
they said no to, and she's like, "Oh, just roll again."
Yeah.
And so you can scum it that way, and
But that's just true to life. Come on, man.
yeah,
Yeah, come
I'll tell you
on,
what
come
it's
on.
like. And there are other situations where you're going, "Oh, I want to." Sorry, I'm talking to somebody, and the lip sync doesn't work. Like they
Yeah.
just don't lip sync, and then weirdly enough, like hand animations don't work a lot. So there are guys who are just like standing
real
there,
specific.
and their hands are just this, but they're doing all the other motions. So they've got like these
the
kung
hands
fu
stuck
action
there?
hands.
Yeah.
There,
Okay.
there was one kid who was, I think he was meant to kind of like check out this ring or this coin, but he's just got the choppy hands. He's like, and the things are kind of attached to him and floating along with it. And I'm just like, I got to stop for a while.
Is it still early access?
Yeah.
Yeah, and the game it's fun. I really like the way that they've translated the D&D 5 rules across, but it's just sort of like I think that I want it to be in the oven a bit longer because my immersion keeps getting broken by just these little bugs that so far nothing's been game breaking, and that's great, but it's just I want that extra bit of polish. You know?
So, are you finding that, like, have you managed to play it enough to hit the end of the act that's available, or
No, and I don't know. Is
Okay.
it just one act that's
as far as I
available?
know, as far as I know, in
okay.
early access at the minute, there's only one act available.
Right, and that's
So
another thing I was worried about.
Yeah, because that's actually why I kind of didn't grab it the other day. When I heard about that, I was just like, I don't know, because if I get into it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just eat it.
Yeah.
I
So
want another hit, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Give me some more and good
should
for it.
I wait until the
Yeah.
whole thing happens, or
I think that's probably a smart idea.
So I don't know.
The only reason why you might want to get it in early access is it might potentially be cheaper in early access, and then
I
once
was
it comes
actually
out,
considering that.
they might up it by $20 or
You
something.
just pick it up and don't play it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
but and then once everything's out, you finally can sit down and sink your teeth into it.
yeah,
Enjoy the full meal.
Yeah. So if I had known that it was only one act, I also wouldn't have.
yeah.
jumped
Really?
in, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, I just, as far as I know, that was just something that popped up the
Yeah.
other day. I said that was maybe a couple weeks ago. I kind of heard
Okay.
that, and I haven't heard anything to the contrary. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but I'm what I did play, I was really enjoying.
Yeah.
It's a pretty strong game. The characters are okay, but it's just that little bit from being over the finish line, and I think I'd like to experience it the first time completely
When
finished.
it's
Absolutely.
sorted,
Yeah.
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 But yeah, that's pretty much all I've been playing. What about you, Josh?
Josh.
No, not a whole lot.
Something Inglorious Ultra Wide, surely.
No, not really. Just some LOL.
But it does look good. Like the fact that you can see the whole lane still is
it's the
hilarious to me. When I'm sitting where Jamie is sitting on the little 1080p monitor, and then I look over to Josh and like, wow.
Yeah,
So you don't need to scroll at all. You've just got the whole map there already.
yeah, a little bit.
Pretty much, you've
Yeah.
got the whole expanse this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it must be good for tactically assessing the battlefield.
If we've got some vision down as
I
well.
was
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
say, if you can
Yeah.
see,
Yeah.
I guess, is the
Yeah, otherwise it's just fog of war.
How's the
Yeah.
neck when you're trying to look at your mini map?
Yeah, I don't read the chat or look at the minimap anymore. You can't move them.
This is
so-
why we're in the silver.
Yeah,
Not reading the chat, I feel like that should be...
Oh no, that's helpful.
Yeah, that's
so
a good
yeah,
thing.
not
Yeah.
reading
Not
the
reading
chat.
chat
I
is
feel
great.
like
yeah.
is
You don't
actually,
need to read the chat.
Yeah.
yeah, it's going
You
to
don't-
improve your progress.
Yeah,
I
you don't
think.
get tilted that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although it's funny reading the chat sometimes.
Sometimes.
Mm,
Sometimes it's just like people being
people,
human beings, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I hate these.
bastard
Yeah,
coded.
it's just
bastards with
trying to
bastard
remember
feeling.
that it's a game and going, you're idiots. Just play. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, so Just League.
yeah, Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And a little bit of C on Friday night.
yeah, a little bit of that.
That was good fun.
Yeah,
I just ask questions when I don't know how to do it on stream. It's great. It's like,
Yeah.
what do I do, guys? What do I do? Oh, how do I make the ship look nicer? Oh,
How do I
Yeah.
do it? Yeah.
No, might as well, man. We're all there to figure out what we're doing because.
as I said before, I game
Guesswork.
for fun. Doesn't mean I have to be good at it.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as I'm not detracting from your
Oh,
experience
man.
when I'm playing with
No,
you.
man.
man.
It's
No,
fun.
man. It's good.
Yeah, and Sea of Thieves is that kind of game. Though. We're not like PvPing. on
it's
the
pretty
PvP, so-
forgiving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
It can be pretty
Yeah.
forgiving.
It can
Yeah.
be forgiving.
Especially when we forget we have a storage crate full of stuff.
Oh my god, I was
Yeah.
so mad.
That was
I
funny.
was legitimately
You were, you
angry about that. I just
You sat
is-
down next to it, just going.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, you
would have
cried.
fixed all of our problems. Like we had a lot of trouble at the end there with the Meg and the skeleton ship,
We were,
everything showing up.
we were really running a challenge boat at the end.
Yeah. Like all the tires were flat. It was a challenge, but
That was
But-
a good time, though.
I mean, I did also like right at the end there. I walked over like, oh, the mast is still broken and fixed it a little
Oh,
bit.
yeah.
Just stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't even realize our mask got broken. Or did it just get kind of
No,
cracked?
it fell
No,
down
it
completely one
fell
point.
down,
I pulled
yeah.
it back up and
I
stuck a couple of planks on
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
me and Dave were the only ones on the boat, I think, at that
Yeah.
point, because you guys were doing something.
We were probably dead.
Oh,
Or on another boat.
There was definitely a time where Josh and I were just both at the ferryman, just like waiting for the doors to open.
that I will say, like that's something that I don't think any other game has really nailed for me is the weird sense of terror. Like I've died. Oh look, there's someone else here because it's either
yeah, it's proximity based, isn't
yeah,
it?
it's
Yeah,
either
yeah,
one
it
of your
is.
party members that's sitting there also, and you're just like, oh, we're really screwed.
Yeah.
or it's someone else. Like, where are you from?
Yeah. Are we fighting?
are
Are you the guys who are
doing?
fighting? What's going on?
Yeah.
For me, it's the anxiety of coming back to the ship and seeing the condition that it's in.
Yeah.
Numerous times I've come back to the ship and it throws me in the water.
yeah,
That's in the ship.
I
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
I still really appreciate loading in, and before you actually load in, before you get out of that black screen, you can hear the fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or there's a cannonball to the face straight in. You're in and you're like,
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
hear the wood like creaking and.
Well, like after Josh and I had done some very devil may care antics and got devil may killed, and we were waiting, but we could hear you two freaking out about how
Yeah.
the boat's on fire and the
'Cause it
mast is falling
was.
down and it's filling up with water, and she's like, "Gosh, I hope they're okay."
Can fire sink you?
Yeah, but it's,
if
it's
you
a
leave
much
it long
slower,
enough, it takes a real long
Yeah.
time.
if you'll
Okay,
forgive,
yeah.
it's a much slower burn
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
sinking.
I will say, can I just say, fucking congratulations to all of us, very
Yeah.
specifically about the fact that we have still not had our ship sunk on stream.
Haven't we?
Nah.
No, you and I were playing.
Yeah,
and we did.
We've
yeah.
done it before.
I mean, Josh and
But-
I certainly have had our shit.
In a
Yeah.
spare time.
Yeah.
On stream, though, we haven't been ruined. And I feel
Two
like
for
now
two.
that I've said that out loud, it's going to change.
Oh,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
2 for 2.
So, yeah, we just
100% record.
Yep, can't be stopped.
The only,
Can't
Force
stop,
me
won't
reckon with
stop.
the only
Yeah.
time we sank
Yeah.
was when we deliberately set it on fire.
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
And
Well,
that's,
a victory-
that's just tradition.
A victory sinking.
that was an
Yeah.
honor killing.
That's
That was
tradition
fine.
to do
Yeah.
that at the end.
Did you do that at the end last night?
Did we?
No, we.
I was peeping.
yeah,
yeah,
you
you-
were
For the record.
Hey,
Yeah.
you were back on chat just
Yeah,
as
you
we
were.
were.
Yeah, yeah.
Come back to chat.
I closed the stream because I just felt a bit weird sitting on the toilet and watching.
We did actually, like, you went away to poop, and we were like, okay, he's pooping then. Ba-da-dung in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. we actually got worried that something happened to you because you you fell off the chat, which was just you turning off the chat.
Yeah.
But then you also fell off the game, and we're like,
Yeah, it's
did-
just a timeout.
it was timeout, but we're going like,
I wonder what the timeout is.
it wasn't
No
long.
idea.
You
It
were
wasn't
not
very
pretty,
long,
and that's
actually.
It's
that's-
not Josh Poo friendly.
No,
No.
that I think is what like got us suspicious that something was afoot because
Because I missed out on all the money.
Yeah.
yes, yeah, you got to be there when we sell it together.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, but
Sad.
you
Did
fell out.
dawdle a lot just to see if he came.
There was no dawdling. It was 100% productive.
No, we
That's the
dawdled.
scary
We
thing.
dawdled.
We dawdled for
Oh,
you.
you dawdled.
While you were
Yeah.
busy being productive.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Productive.
Yeah,
yes.
you were off being productive.
Yeah, you're at the factory. We were just kind of like slowly walking.
That's okay. Because we made like 30,000 within the first.
before that, yeah.
20 minutes.
Yeah. We made a ton.
We just parked the boat expertly.
Yeah.
We was
Yeah, we did park it pretty well.
It was
didn't we?
beautiful.
Yeah.
We could like I didn't fall into the water
Is
every
that
time I
code
was trying to
for
get off the boat.
running aground?
Only a tiny bit. There was a
I
tiny,
like
just a tap.
Dinked
There's a
the
love
wharf
tap.
a little bit, but afterwards we were like set. You could just walk off the plank and go straight.
You know
on
how
the floor.
sometimes when you parallel park, like your tires just gently scrape the
Yeah,
gutter? It was
yeah.
that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I did.
That's not
I did
bad.
rush downstairs just to check there were no holes and we weren't going to sink before we.
Yeah,
got
there
to
goes all the treasure.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
mean,
that.
if since we were so close to the island, if it did sink, it would have
Oh,
just
the
been in
treasure
the water
would've
still.
floated.
Yeah.
Just take it.
But
Just stay away from the mermaid.
ugh.
I saw something. There's a trend going on at the moment in Sea Thieves, Australia, New Zealand servers,
Right.
where people just, I don't know, they've got too much time and money,
Yeah.
and so they go and collect all this treasure, but then they leave the really shiny skulls lining the pier
right.
and just log out. So then, because numerous people have logged in and gone to the Facebook group like, oh, who did this? I just found this, and there's just screenshots of just skulls all up the pier.
Yeah, okay.
And it's just
I mean,
thousands of
We are not rich enough to be able to do that.
no.
Could you imagine if like actual rich people did that? They just go to the beach and just like literally just like wads of cash. Be like, I can't wait for people to come and see, and then they just dash off.
I was going to say. they'd
Well, no
run
one's
away.
taking credit as far as I know. So
Yeah. Okay.
So
No, see, we went. Actually, our first stream we logged in when we went to play Sea of Thieves. We logged in. There was a rowboat sitting there, and there was a like a villainous skull.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
oh
sitting,
yeah.
Like just right there.
and there was
so-
another thing on the beach too, I think.
Yeah,
Of the
yeah.
outpost.
Yeah.
So maybe,
Friendly pirates.
Yeah, maybe we got some
Helping out the
friendly
fellow pirates.
So that's actually
Well, they got killed and logged out.
yeah,
Or that.
Yeah.
That's
So that is actually something that I didn't expect to come into. Like with the people that I spend a lot of time playing with that isn't you guys, they actually like when they kind of finish up, they usually transfer all of their like cannonballs and planks and firebombs and all that kind of stuff just into storage crates and just leave it on the wharf.
No,
No.
So
that's
I
very
don't-
courteous.
yeah.
No, I'd go and
If
sell
I'm
it.
ready to log off, I log off.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking about the next person.
You were definitely logging off the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yeah, he was.
It's kind of
The
interesting.
log was snapping.
I wish they were the consistency of logs.
I don't know how to take
If
that.
What sort of ratings do we have to
Splinters-
put on this podcast for these kind of chats?
What's the bow chart?
The Bristol stool chart.
Yeah, the Bristol. I'll point to it later for you.
Yeah. Oh, I use it at work. I know. I'm
I
down.
I love
wow.
how you instantly knew what he was referring
Yeah.
to.
I
use it at
was in
work.
the dark.
Yeah.
Just immediately.
It's the Bristol Stool chart, and I think, 7 is the max? 6?
7 is basically water.
Yeah. I'm hanging around a 5 on a good night.
Oh no, 5. See, 5's
What do you
okay.
mean?
5 sounds
5's
nice.
fine. 5 is sort of sausage shaped smooth.
Oh, no,
It's
I'm
fine.
sitting around a 6 on a good
Yeah,
day.
6 is a bit of a worry, but
Yeah,
4 and
yeah.
5 are in the middle. They're good.
Right.
Yeah.
What do
Yeah.
you reckon an 8 would be? Like steam?
So I'm going
Pretty
the other
much.
way. I'm
Yeah.
wondering what a 1
It'd be
is.
kind of like a fog machine.
I think
So
I
one
know.
is a 1 is small pellets when it's gone beyond the hard
okay.
rock and it's just
I
gone
think
to,
I know what an 8 is.
'Cause
So my
you've
next
done
door
it.
neighbour once had to get a colonoscopy,
Sweet.
and so they pump him full of
Oh yeah, that'll
laxatives.
Be yeah.
And like he stays at home for that because it could be like 24 hours of just
Yeah.
non-stop shitting.
Yeah.
And he was like literally pooping. It was like white. It was mucus.
Oh.
It was,
Oh yeah, when you've emptied it, you've cleaned your bowels
You're
out.
just sliming
yeah.
everywhere.
And now it's
Oh.
just
Yeah.
like bowel lining or something. I don't
Yeah.
know what's going on there. But
Ectoplasm.
I'm going to call that
the
an
ghost
8.
of shit's
You
past.
poop a
Yeah.
ghost.
What the fuck?
It's been in there so long it's lost all colour.
No.
It's like this.
It's
That
probably a lot like
scares
that.
the shit out of me every time.
Sorry.
I even saw you
Like-
reaching for the
Yeah,
remote.
I gave warning. I
I knew
tried
it was
to-
coming.
but that's it. That's an 8.
We need a bit more. We need a bit more. We can't see it.
All right.
Yeah,
okay.
we need to just hammer
We need
it.
to
Just
make sure
hammer
you
it.
guys can see it.
Absolutely.
Just
hammer
keep
it
going.
on and keep it going. Let's see how well
This is what we spend our big neon city bucks on.
Yeah,
Can you appreciate
That's
the
it,
neon
that's it.
coming out under it just
Yeah,
as it's on?
this-
It's beautiful.
That was what it's doing now. It's a little late, I think. It ran out.
Oh.
It's got to recharge.
Oh,
Thank God we got that smoke machine. Thank
What
God.
would we do without it?
It's gonna come in handy for the Halloween
Yeah,
stream. I
We're
feel.
gonna get spooky in here.
yeah, no, we're gonna make it work a bit more.
We could put some neons here, sort of under the pointing up,
my gosh.
underneath.
Well,
the-
hasn't it got some under the neck?
yeah, but
It does,
like
yeah.
it's-
Really do a
when,
whole
when
lot.
it's all out here.
Yeah.
Next time you do it, I'll turn the key light off and then
Yeah,
it'll.
Yeah, we'll see how
I hope
it
you
goes.
guys who are just listening to this are
Yeah.
finding this
All
as
right,
amusing
so
as we are.
for you at home, we just used the smoke machine. It was very cool. And stay tuned. We'll use it again towards the end of the
Yeah, yeah.
podcast, and it will also be very
Smoke
cool.
machine.
You can take our word for it.
And if you're just listening to the podcast, I mean, it's not much extra effort to go to YouTube and watch it.
Give us a
Some
sub.
So, yeah.
If you want to
Listen to
know
us
when
on
there's
their
new
commute.
podcasts, just give us a sub on
Yeah.
YouTube. It'll be great.
Look, the amount of work we go into to make it look.
Rather than
do.
oh.
Sorry, I'm opening old wounds. I'm sorry.
Some people like listen to us during their work break or during their commute. Or
I mean, hopefully they don't let other people listen because that'd be a worry, really.
no, it's
wouldn't it?
fine. We don't swear that
Actually-
much.
No. I mean, the poo talk is pretty consistently.
I had
Amazing.
a scare the other day
Oh no.
because my mother asked about the podcast,
Well,
and she said, "I listened to it," and I'm like,
oh.
and I'm thinking about like, what did we say?
Which one
Yeah,
did you
well,
listen
podcast-
to?
Wait, she said she listens to it.
She listened to it. It's like she listened to about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what did we say?
Which
What
one?
did we do?
Yeah, which
it was,
one was it?
It was the
Like,
one
what-
where we talked about the Hulk.
Oh no.
And I was thinking to myself, I hope she doesn't get to the part about the Hulk.
Yeah.
She didn't. We're safe.
Wow.
No,
My parents
that's
think I
intense.
run a Christian podcast.
You're thinking
just
wrong.
really-
Yeah.
Well, look,
See,
there may be several of us Christians on the podcast, but I wouldn't describe it as a Christian podcast.
This is not going to get played at a church. I'll say that
No,
much.
no.
See, I just appreciate that, like, while my missus knows that I'm doing the podcast and she understands that that's there, she's also fully understanding that it's probably not for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well,
at
my
the
wife
same
knows
time,
it's definitely not for her.
she-
We're carving out a very specific audience.
Yeah, she also knows that our videos are going on like YouTube and stuff like that. My kids love YouTube. They will eat it. So she actually specifically is just like, you can't show them. You can't.
No.
My girls
And
want to be
I
involved.
just went, yeah, no, that's
We
fine.
don't do anything on camera that could be considered.
No, I haven't had
No,
my
it's
dick
just,
out for ages.
it's just their ideas that are problematic.
Oh,
Oh,
it's a chihuahua.
okay.
Chihuahua
But-
cast.
It's a dog at the window.
Yeah.
To be fair, and this is a question I've already had from my daughter
Oh,
about
no.
this whole entire scenario.
What, Daddy? What do you do?
Was A, what do you go away and do when you do that?
Warhammer. It's definitely
and,
Warhammer.
And B, when we're in the house, when can I do my own show?
Why don't you have her come
And
here?
I was just
sit in
like,
on the
I don't
podcast.
know, kid, if that's
And be
really
scarred
where
for
we're
life.
going with this
That,
scenario.
all right, now that is an interesting and new hurdle for parents, and I'm interested to, as parents,
Oh man,
I say no.
I am curious to hear your opinions on this. Like, so I know you say no, but your child wants to create a YouTube page. They I want to do something on YouTube. What do you say? How do you talk them out
oh
of it?
look,
Like,
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna let her do
Yeah.
it.
That's because he hopes you'll make you
But
millions.
it's gonna be like very specifically moderated. Like
Yeah.
there
Oh,
is
yeah,
not gonna
absolutely.
be any point where I go, "You deal with this, honey. I'm leaving the room."
yeah.
Right.
Like, that's
I'm in a similar
not the
position.
scenario.
I would run the YouTube page.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I would
I
disable comments on every video.
yeah.
I'd leave them there. But
I
like
would
said,
disable
just
everything.
Heavily moderate.
Yeah.
I think I lean more towards what you would do, Josh. I would make
And I
sure
would blur his face.
I would make sure no one could communicate with my children.
The whole video is just this blurry mess. It's just all you've got is this audio that Josh has actually distorted, so you can't tell
And
his
there's
voice.
constant
no.
beeps as he mentions things that
Josh,
are like,
did you just break your Warhammer Mini?
broke his finger.
Oh, his little finger.
I guess he's got a
Put-
fist now.
Give it here. I'll,
Save
I'll
him.
put it with.
Save it.
I didn't even think you put it in my hand there. So like, I'll put it over here near the glue, so
I'm
you know.
fiddling. I'm going to fiddle with the paint. No, I'm not going
pour
to
one
fiddle
out
with
for
the
the
paint.
Warhammer thing.
Oh,
Oh, that's hot.
Josh just touched the
That's
fog machine for those at home
That's
listening.
why'd I touch it again? That's really hot.
It's got a vaporizer.
let's see how we go. Let's
Let's move this monitor slightly away from it then, just to be safe. Yeah, I
Is
guess.
it warm enough, do we think?
I guess
It's warm.
give it a shot.
Turn those lights down, Josh, first.
Oh.
For those listening at home, we're about to
Guys,
fire
we're
up the fog machine.
Dude, we're gonna try a smoke machine again,
Brace
guys.
your ear holes.
Ooh, that's pretty.
Yeah, there we go.
There was red and green and blue and purple colours.
Now that's a
Nice.
fog machine.
Machine.
That is.
Listen to that
I can't
sound
wait
of
to
a fog
find out
machine,
that
guys.
this is carcinogenic.
And it's pointing straight. For those at home, it's pointing straight at Nick. Well, you did buy it, so you should get the
Yeah,
full
so
effect.
I'm
That's
the
only
one-
fair.
This is my smoke machine. It's only fair. I'm
I
the one who
should get all
suffers.
that.
But this set off a smoke alarm.
No, it's
No,
fog.
I think it's.
I mean, surely not.
Surely it's
because
like a
it was
water compound, isn't it?
something,
I think it's a water
something, something,
compound, yeah.
bad English something.
I think
Yeah.
it's more like a vapor. And we all know how good vaping is.
Yeah. I don't own a Subaru. What are you talking about? There's a certain
Subi
reputation.
drivers, yeah.
Well, that certainly filled the room.
It has. It's gonna get even
Wait,
better.
Actually, I'm liking the ambiance.
The
So am
ambiance.
I actually.
It's quite
like,
nice.
got like a nice feel. I think.
I'm getting
I feel like we've just been smoking stogies, just sitting back and
because we're studs.
yeah, yeah. That's the
Thanks.
first thing people think of. when they
Yeah.
say-
exactly what they think of. Yeah, just a bunch of dudes hanging out in a small room smoking.
And there's a lot of
things.
smoke.
Yeah,
There is a lot.
yeah.
Oh, you can taste it.
Yeah, you can. It tastes like spooky. Speaking of, I think we really should just go down to like the local Woolworths and grab like some of that cobweb stuff, spiders, maybe like a little skull and a bat.
Look,
That's fair,
actually,
yeah.
that's good time to bring up. Actually, we've got the fog machine. We're gonna get some cobwebs.
Here we are.
We're gonna do a big Halloween stream next week, or
Yeah.
this week coming, I guess. when
Yeah,
you
this
listen
week.
to this,
Yeah,
so-
this is out on
Now, are
Tuesday.
we
Yeah.
doing when we do
Or Wednesday.
the Halloween
Thursday.
stream? Are we doing the? This is
More on-air, more on-air
on-air
production
planning, here
meetings
we go.
again.
Yeah.
Good
So,
times.
Yeah.
shall we do?
We're
it?
nothing. Sorry, we're nothing if not transparent.
That's
No,
right.
not
yeah.
true.
Everyone knows exactly how much of a cluster everything we do is.
Shall we do the? We're all at home on our own machines and we play like that Scooby Gang game, or should we all be here and just play like a spooky game?
With the fog
I
machine.
think here
Yeah. Okay.
because I was talking to Nick about this.
Yeah.
we missed the opportunity to play a really good game, like the
Yeah.
Halloweeny, very
Yeah.
fitting game. But
yeah.
I have some plans
Okay.
for everybody being here.
Are they spooky plans?
Yes.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
They're plans.
So we might have to forego a really good Halloween fitting game, but
Yeah.
I mean, we'll play that at some
We'll
point.
play
I'm
that
sure,
too, yeah.
I
No,
mean,
we're gonna play
there's
that as
more Halloween fitting games that are single player that we can like just
Even if we just
couch
sit
play.
in the same room
Yeah.
and play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like, we
yeah.
can actively yell at you while you play Outlast.
Stop it.
That was to both, wasn't it? The Outlast comment and the smoke machine.
You mentioned Outlast and the smoke machine.
Yeah, she goes, I'm in.
Oh, sorry, the sun kissed. I need something to wash down the.
Man, if you have more RGBs going on at the moment, like
I can't.
yeah.
Oh, the studio's holding together well.
Studio. Well, I mean, it's holding together. we lost a couple of lights. Do you want to run through how that happened, Josh?
Don't lean that against the smoke machine, Josh.
Oh, that's good. Good point. Good
That's
point.
not
Nick.
going to end well
No,
for
it's
any of us.
Well, the studio I think is holding together brilliantly.
It is. It is. We've got a bunch of lights.
Yeah,
Our cable management
put a
is still
lot of
holding
effort
up.
into this.
Oh yeah. It's holding together. We
The lights fell down because
the lights fell down.
the
but,
instructions
I mean, so
did
what?
say. I mean, people don't see those lights; they're usually out of the shot.
No, they see the light from the light.
So we could have gotten away with not mentioning it at all.
But we're transparent,
Yeah.
as we know.
Yeah.
Well, true.
Dave has an excellent.
But I
point.
had some lights on the wall, and they hung here, and there was like two lights, and they came out fairly far.
Yeah. No,
So there's
they
a
were
fair
pretty
lot of
long.
weight on the base unit, which was only like this big.
Small
And the
little
instructions specifically said it can only go in masonry
Yeah.
or stud.
salt. Yeah.
I wanted to put them in a very specific spot
So you said, you know what?
where there's neither.
Josh doesn't play by the rules.
So I just used plaster plugs
Yeah.
and chucked them in there, and they held up for a while.
And then we moved them around quite a bit too.
Yeah, they got a bit
that's-
saggy.
They dealt
They
with
got a little bit. They started like up here, and then they were slowly falling down at the extremities.
See, I just thought that you kind of just like lowered them.
Oh, no.
Whatever it is.
No.
Not intentionally.
So
I didn't realize that they were. They were
the funny thing is that happened around the same time that we had to take the shelves I put out in the living room down that used to have shoes on them. in that
Yeah.
corner there.
Was that a
'cause
similar
they were
situation?
falling down.
So do we need to discuss the fact that maybe nerds should actually do a bit more prep work when they're going to do some DIY stuff?
Hey, Josh has a stud finder.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't
but
think it
doesn't
works.
work.
No, it does work.
Oh, you say that,
I
David.
don't think it works. I
was
think it's
waiting for
gone now.
Dave to say
Oh, okay,
it.
now it's
Yeah.
stopped working?
Well, it's telling me that there's electrical current everywhere.
Yeah.
See, I
So
just
there
thought
either
Dave
is,
was
and I
gonna
just
say
ignore it and
works.
drill anyway, or
He's just
yeah.
been very lucky so far and not hit anything.
Yeah, well.
We don't know.
we do make sure the house is well aerated when we hang
All
things
the
up.
lights
Right.
turn on still.
Yeah.
Is Google still being dyslexic and sort of not
Oh,
understanding?
she's got
or-
dementia. She's useless.
Man, all right, there's the thing. Setting up the smart home stuff.
Yeah.
Like, just how many consistent pain in the ass things have you found with that? Like, I'm sure
It's-
once it's set
yeah.
up, it's great. But
So it depends. If you want to, you got to kind of, this is more tech news, but try and stay within the same ecosystem.
yeah.
So, like, my issue is, it's not even really an issue, but all my lights, because as they got cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, I just kept going like buy the cheap ones. Like a normal smart light or smart globe when we moved in was like $80.
Yeah, yeah.
And we're talking like the
Now
$10 globes off
Yeah.
the Woolies shelf or something.
Yeah.
And now they're like $20.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would just keep buying the cheaper ones because with Google and Amazon Alexa,
Yeah.
you can link all the third party brands to it.
Oh, just straight to
and
it,
it will
yeah.
control them all for you.
You don't have to have 14 different apps because of all the different brands.
Yeah,
you've
but
got.
they all operate differently.
Yeah.
Like Philips Hue
Yeah,
is still the benchmark because
Yeah.
it has a dedicated hub,
Yeah.
and that does all the controlling of the lights.
Yeah.
All the ones I've got connect individually to my router, my wireless router.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it is really struggling with
That many.
constant traffic of like
It's time for
2 dozen
It's
lights.
time for another router.
It could be, yeah. Yeah.
Just don't bolt it onto the wall.
No, so eventually I'll upgrade everything to Philips, I think.
Yeah.
The really, really useful thing that we bought it's called Sensibo. And it's just like a little IR blaster,
Yeah.
but it talks to air conditioning units.
I've seen those. They look cool.
Yeah, and it works awesome. So you can link that to Google and say, hey, Google, turn the aircon on.
Yeah.
And she will turn the heat up, set it to cool, set it to hot, set the fan higher.
Yeah.
And that's really helpful.
Yeah.
That's actually really, really
yeah, it
helpful.
would be.
The pain in the ass is the TV. Android TV. Never buy a TV with
yeah.
Android
Never
on it.
buy a TV.
Yes, never buy a TV. Just
buy a
buy
massive
bigger
screen.
monitors.
Just
Yeah,
get
yeah,
bigger
bigger
monitors.
monitors. Yeah,
as time
absolutely.
goes on.
When it works, it's amazing. You can be like,
Yeah.
hey, Google, play The Wiggles
Whatever
or something.
you're
And,
gonna play,
and or play
And then
Wiggles.
Google says, "Are you sure you want me to do that?"
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
where there are no
because
children in the house, what are you doing?
She either doesn't do it at all.
Yeah.
She'll play it from Spotify instead of the
Oh, instead
video
of like
from
a video
Netflix.
thing,
So
yeah.
that's okay. You got to
You'll end up
specify.
with the woggles on or something.
But then Android TV, and it's not even Google's fault. It's Android TV's fault.
Yeah.
Which is still
Because-
Google's fault.
Well, technically, yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
They're all
It's
running
so
ice cream
bad.
sandwich or whatever.
I
it is.
literally went into the back end of the OS
Right.
and disabled the built-in Chromecast
Yeah.
that Android TV has.
Oh,
like
Jesus,
literally
yeah.
deleting files from
Man.
the OS on the TV, which
Ooh.
wasn't easy.
Yeah.
And then plugged an external Chromecast in, but now that one keeps rebooting.
Oh,
And Jess gets very upset when she misses Dr. Phil.
Luca looks upset when the TV's not on. He's just like,
Yeah, he points at it
He
because
is your son.
he really likes giving things to the people on the TV.
Oh, okay.
Because he's
Generous
really
boy.
he's kind of talking really simple words, but of all the things that he's saying, he says here you go, but he says it really quickly.
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, here you go. And it sounds like here you go. And every time he'll have a toy and he'll see someone on TV and he'll go, here you go. Like that.
at least he's not like parroting Dr. Phil.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, thank God.
Now I want to help you
Yeah. But I don't
Cash
really
me
help.
outside.
because
You know,
I'm not
Dr. Phil,
actually a real doctor.
Dr. Phil does not help anybody.
No.
If you've ever watched Dr. Phil, he sits there,
like-
he talks about them for entertainment purposes,
Yeah.
and then actually doesn't offer any advice, any guidance. At the end,
Oh,
he'll
really?
go, "Oh, I'm going to pay for you to go and get proper treatment."
Right.
Now that
Yeah,
I've monetized you.
But
Yeah.
because I've already got my money's worth. You've come
Oh,
on here and showed
jeez.
us your weird problems. We've all had a laugh and judged you.
Could you just
Yeah.
imagine if like someone was like, "Yeah, I got this and this." He's like, "Yeah, that's messed up. Thanks."
Yeah, that's basically
Next
in a
time on
nutshell
Dr.
what he
Phil.
does.
Next time on Dr. Phil.
The more I watch it, the more I go, he doesn't actually help. They've got all these snippets that they cut to where people are talking about how sad or how angry or how dead someone is. And,
I'd like to see him help those people.
and then Dr. Phil's like, so what do you think that means? And it's like,
Means that they're dead, Dr.
dead.
Phil.
Yeah.
He's dead, Jim.
and then it's just like it's just fast and hard entertainment. That's all
Yeah.
it is at people's expense. And then he offers them real help afterwards, but he's already exploited them for his show.
Okay.
You're watching it to be like,
It's
oh,
Jerry
wow.
Springer without the actual help at the
Yeah.
end.
Less chairs being thrown.
Oh, Jerry Springer! I like to believe it was always real.
I wanted to.
I wanna
trust me.
believe
Like,
it's
I
always-
It's
want
like
to,
wrestling.
Yeah, it's annoying. All the but the thing is, I don't believe there's that many good actors in America. Like, there's some really messed up stuff on there, and to keep a straight
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
Who's the other guy that you are
Maury
not the
Povich.
father?
It's
Oh,
Maury, isn't it?
Yeah, Maury.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Maury Povich.
that's good value.
who was Larry David?
He did Curb Your Enthusiasm and stuff. And
Yeah, I guess.
Seinfeld.
Yeah,
Right.
okay. I'm thinking of somebody, but obviously I'm not thinking
Like
of his
Larry
name.
King.
Larry King had a show.
He-
yeah.
No, he was like doesn't matter. I'm just.
We know
What?
stuff, people.
It's
We-
good that
yeah.
I don't know the names of the people on the trashy,
Of the rubbish
like,
television.
Yeah.
shows.
mid-morning TV or whatever it is. Jerry Springer and another
Jerry
one.
Springer's
Oprah.
security guard get his own show or something?
Yes, he
Yeah.
did.
Well-
And it is it's basically people come out and accuse significant others or friends or something of something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he runs them through a lie detector test.
I think I say he runs them through the wall.
Yeah, he just
Slams them in the wall.
Did you do it?
That's the lie detector.
I think that one
That's
was
the
a bit
lie
peaky.
detector I'm worried about.
Oh, just need some funniest home video sound effects. Boing.
But yeah, no,
Oh,
he
thank God that isn't a thing anymore.
yeah, he
Well, it's called YouTube now.
Yeah.
he runs a lie detector show.
Right. Okay.
With really depressing topics, like usually involving
Great.
innocent children
Yeah.
who they'll bring out on stage, and like it's an uncle being accused of
I was going to say, I see
Something.
where this is going.
Joy.
And it's not like Jerry Springer is entertainment because it's all concerning adults being rednecks.
Yeah, it's just
adults
trash.
being nightmares. Yeah.
And this guy tries to deal with like really serious issues, but make it entertaining.
But he
And you either hope that one, he's just classless enough to use actors
Yeah.
and pretend,
Yeah.
or he's even worse than that and are the real situations and he's exploiting them.
So-
it's like, ah.
Go,
the
America.
idea that he is taking these very, very serious topics and his prior experience is security
guard on Jerry
Yeah.
Springer.
Well, they do deal with a lot.
He doesn't
Yeah.
have much tact.
Yeah. Ugh, yeah.
Typical security guard.
Yeah.
There are some nice security guards. I'll be honest.
sure.
Gosh, America has some trash TV, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
You got to fill all those cable channels, man.
Well, I mean, their president used to have a pretty trashy show.
Yeah, yeah.
Like The Apprentice.
Oh, he
wasn't
still got
great.
one.
Oh, jeez. Yeah.
yeah, it's just called The Briefing.
Now it's. I was just going to say, now it's America.
Yeah.
So.
It's the
He
final
has, like,
season.
A
Have you
secret
seen all the
Chinese
stuff?
bank account.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, dude, he's got scandals up his wazoo.
Seriously.
like, I can't keep up. I
Jess-
don't want to keep
I
up.
don't want to keep
Jess
it.
went to watch Dr. Phil yesterday, I think it was, but they've replaced it with the live debate,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and she's
Right.
like, because she's not into politics at all, and she
Yeah.
just could not believe what she was witnessing. Like, it was just
Two old guys like yelling at clouds.
Well, she's
and
like,
shit.
is Trump really this delusional? Like,
Yes.
Well,
Yes.
the problem is that Trump, every time he speaks at one of those debates, sounds like he's in the middle of getting pegged. It's like he kind
I
of
mean,
sounds a
there is
pegging
little.
if you don't know
technology
what it is.
available these days,
Kinda
and maybe he is.
Yeah, he sounds a little bit in pain, and then he has to take like a short breath while the insertion happens.
That's
and
the COVID.
he's
Nick.
kind of back to it a little bit.
do you think he had COVID?
Yeah.
Nah.
You reckon he had it?
I reckon he had it.
I hope he
I
does.
reckon he had it, and then he went and got experimental.
Bleach.
Gene
Yeah,
therapy.
he had like Regeneron or some crap like
yeah.
that, and so it's like literally called that.
Regeneron
Just-
giving him multivitamin
just-
tablets.
just
Doing
next to the
shit for rest
unobtainium.
of him.
It sounds like it's from like a sci-fi show, and it turns out that
Are
it's
you
just made
actually
of-
calling something a thing with that name?
It-
Yeah.
yeah,
It's-
yeah,
oh,
it's-
God.
It's like it's a stem cell thing.
Right. So, it's
he-
not from Umbrella Corps.
No,
or
but it's
something.
close, and he had like
Look, it's fine. We took it from some monkey testicles.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong?
it's from babies, but he had like this highly experimental drug that people can't get, right?
Sweet.
And
'Cause the
and
American
and
healthcare
and he's
system
just
isn't bad
and he's
enough.
just sitting there going
Yeah.
like, don't be scared. It's fine. Look at me.
With access to the world's
Yeah.
best medicine. Yeah.
yeah. It's great if you're the president.
He went and got some free hospital care.
is
Imagine if
weird.
that was universally available there.
We're moving closer and closer to like every like horrific, you know, like Orwellian sci-fi.
We've played video games.
With like every
We know how
day
it
of the
ends.
week, we are just getting closer and closer. And the problem is that like it's almost like different cities within different places are all heading into this different series finales for different.
Oh yeah,
things.
this is the last. This is the final season
Yeah.
of America.
We should
They are
start
throwing
it, yeah.
everything at it.
We should start a country.
Yeah, all right.
I mean, yeah,
we'll
sure.
call it Neon City Daily.
Well done.
Nice.
We should just build Neon City
Yeah,
and
let's
then
do it.
expand from there.
Surely you can buy an island.
Yeah,
You can.
You
Or
can.
something
Hell,
there's in international waters. Can't we just go claim it?
Dude, if
Yeah.
you're rich enough, you
just
can
make a
make
big-
an island.
You just make a massive
Yeah.
barge.
Actually, there was.
I mean,
there
the
was-
RGB will be amazing.
I think there was like
would
a.
be.
Pretty sure
Can
off
you
the shore of
imagine?
America there is a barge or a lighthouse. Or
Yes, there is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's its
something
own-
that someone.
It's a sovereign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
state or
the old
something
oil
like that.
platform. Some
Yeah,
guys
yeah.
done that too.
There was. I also think that there was some guy in Saudi Arabia who just like, I just want to build some islands, and
Just buy sand.
and yeah, but that's the issue.
It's got Josh to shit
Like,
in the ocean.
Sand is actually getting harder and harder to get, like usable sand, and he's kind of going like, it's not really any sand I can buy anymore.
Oh,
So
Isn't
that's
sand
cool.
glass?
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
can-
We,
yeah.
we melt
You
sand
can-
into
yeah,
glass.
we sell we actually sell sand to them.
Yeah, we're
from
idiots.
Australia. Yeah.
jeez.
We keep selling all our good stuff.
Jeez.
We're going to sell the continent slowly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say we're slowly just shifting the entire
You,
continent.
you guys
away.
want our coal? You don't have to pay much. We don't care. We don't want profit. We like debt.
We're getting very political.
You're right.
It did move there. That's yeah.
So
Yeah.
video games.
Y-
Video
yeah,
games.
that
Video
was-
games.
Well, no, I was going to talk about. We got a Trello list. Ready?
Do we?
Yeah, for people watching, I'm bringing up Trello. Oh, and there's one thing on it.
What's on it?
Oh,
Oh, it says
jeez.
politics. What a mistake.
Oh, we made that
well,
mistake.
it's been a slow news week, as
Yeah,
we've
it
established.
has.
It has
so
been,
that's
yeah.
why we were going to talk about Tom Holland playing Nathaniel Drake
Yeah.
in an Uncharted movie.
All right. Do you want to hear my opinion on this?
Sure.
Silly.
Yeah. I don't like it, man. Like, I'm fine with Tom Holland. He was fine as Peter Parker and stuff. Like,
Every time I see Tom Holland's face, all I can think is, put your mask on, Spider-Man.
that and go back to school. You're a 10-year-old.
He never
Like-
ever has his mask on.
In the movie, do we know that he's supposed to be a young Nathan Drake?
I don't think so. I think
You would
he's
hope
just
so.
normal, like
if they're trying to
20-something
pass him
Nathan
as
Drake.
an adult Nathan Drake.
Oh yeah, no. Like I said,
He's very
I
baby-faced.
assume that
Yeah.
Tom Holland, like like you could just start pumping testosterone into his cheeks. There'd be no hair. Like
Like
you can't
yeah.
do it.
The
so-
Catholic Church is still interested in
There-
it.
there's a statue of Nathan Drake over there, and I'm just imagining like what Tom Holland looked like that. And one, I don't think he can get his hair that stiff. And two, like,
Like plastic stick.
I was gonna say, like,
like well, no, because
I'm gonna
Nathan
go
Drake,
get
he
it.
always has like this.
Go, Dave.
already gone.
Yeah.
He always has the ski ramp hairdo, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter like what he like things explode, he goes underwater, he gets slimed by Nickelodeon Gak or whatever. His hair
he should sit
remains.
just here while we smoke the
There
him up.
yeah, there he is. No one's seen
See,
Nathan Drake before, but now they know.
I will admit that like my main problem with
Well, I'm going to put a
Drake
side by side picture up.
is like I'm sorry, but you know, you kind of watch him in the FMV stuff. He's like, oh, hey guys, I'm really personable and you'd like to have a beer. But in between cutscenes, you're fucking killing hundreds of fucking
Yeah,
people.
this is a
Wait,
you
who?
are murdering
Nathan
Nathan Drake.
Oh, I
The
know.
character, not
Yeah.
Tom Holland.
This,
Okay.
this is a
mean, who knows?
long-standing complaint about
So
the
I just-
Uncharted series.
yeah.
I don't know if it's really a complaint or more of
I
like
don't know.
a storytelling critique, where they have like these, you know, really, really well put together, story-driven cutscenes where like, you know,
Yeah.
everyone's affable and funny and quippy, and then you play the game and there is like a disconnect between
totally.
between the cutscene Nathan Drake and the gameplay Nathan Drake.
Mm.
Both are kind of necessary to facilitate a fun time with the game.
Yeah, yeah.
But it
You
is
gotta
really
have
like this is weird. I'm killing a lot of people right
I'm
now.
killing a lot of people.
Otherwise,
And then he's
hazard
just
quips.
making
Yeah,
jokes
yeah.
all the time.
He like
And
chucks the grenade. He's like, catch.
And
Ha ha.
it's not like your superhero movie thing where they're like, oh, I'm Captain America, so I'm going to punch the hoodlum
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
chin and he's going to be unconscious. And then he'll be picked up later, whisked off to a
Yeah.
prison hospital.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It is a lot more like I've put a clip of AK bullets into this dude's chest. And yeah, like just this cackling maniac.
Because like if you, for instance, like let's compare two character action games, or well, third person shooters. if we compare, say, Uncharted to Gears of War, I think that's a really
Yeah.
good comparison.
Yeah,
Because Gears of
yeah.
War, they attempted to have like a bit more story after the
Yeah.
first game, and then so they would have like these moments where the guys are talking to each other. They're being, very macho. Oh, thank you. And then Nick does not feel the same.
I wasn't ready for that. Right, go on.
And then you kill like a boatload of bad guys. Nathan Drake does the same thing. The difference is that the bad guys that you're killing in Gears of War are like these alien invaders that are very like, one-dimensional. They're just there to be killed. In Uncharted, Nathan is murdering people. And I don't care like how many ATVs and helicopters are chasing you. Like at some point, you're going to get pulled up for, at least second degree.
You could argue manslaughter or self-defense.
Yeah, but it's still a lot of like.
It's
you,
a lot
you
of
killed
people.
106
That's-
people in self-defense.
that's a-
I
Yeah,
feel
it's
like
a
we could
lot
do
of
better
self-defense.
painting too, by the way.
Absolutely.
Could.
Pretty horrible model.
Get some Agrax shade on there.
It's
Look,
wait.
For those listening at home, we're turning the lights down so we can light up that model. Oh, yeah.
Standing amongst the fog.
Once again, this is the visual part of the podcast. The smoke machine is illuminating Nathan Drake.
Whenever you hear the smoke machine start,
Don't do that.
what have you done?
I like how you.
It does irritate my throat.
All right, well we can
We can
stop
call it
blasting
for the day. Yeah.
Or stop breathing,
Don't,
as
don't
the case
do
may
that.
be.
Like,
We cannot blast the fog for a while. Just
Okay, it's all right.
oh yeah.
I
was already sick.
Seriously,
Yeah.
it is
That's
worth
fine.
checking out the YouTube just for this.
You want to turn back on that key light?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Uncharted.
Fog.
Nathan
Foggers.
Drake. Yeah, I don't know. I can't see Tom Holland doing a good.
But you know
on
who
this one.
is playing?
I don't know anything else about this movie.
Who's his sidekick mentor? Sully. You know who's playing Sully?
No.
Mark Wahlberg.
This is going to be an awful movie.
Yes, that doesn't work at
Yes,
all.
it
No,
does.
it
He needs
doesn't.
like Tom Selleck or something.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Yeah.
Well, again, I assume that's why they're going for younger everybody.
I guess.
So it's Marky Mark.
I-
Marky Mark time.
No way.
Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
I'm just not.
This sound all right. Controversial opinion.
Oh no.
This sounds bad.
I do feel like
Monster
we're going-
Hunter
Well, this is what I was about
or
to say.
this.
I think we're going back to that era of terrible video game movies happening consistently.
Did you guys ever see the Assassin's Creed one? Apparently
No,
that was
I didn't watch
okay.
it, yeah.
I was about to say, when was the last time we had a good video game movies?
Far Cry by Yui Boll.
Josh, just for your comparison, is that like saying gonorrhea or herpes?
Pretty
Like,
much.
both bad.
Realistically, at that point.
I think herpes is preferable because there's no visible
Still need
sign.
medication.
Herpes never goes away though.
Neither. Does gonorrhea?
I assume it does. You treat it,
Nick?
right?
I don't know.
Yeah. Nick.
This is.
If you got herpes, you got it for life.
Yeah.
You know, I used to live with someone. I won't say names.
Oh no.
And he asked me to get something from the cupboard in his room, and he just stashed all his prescription medicine for gonorrhea in there. It's an
Like-
interesting tidbit. It was all unopened.
Did he have gonorrhea, or could,
I
he,
assume so.
or could he turn the drug into something?
the scripts
useful?
were in his name,
Oh, well,
unopened. So I can only assume he's still infected.
Maybe he keeps a lot of unopened ones for anyone he brings home. He gives it to them afterwards.
you're gonna need
Yeah,
this.
you're gonna need
by
this
the way,
one.
this is how I
Morning
tell
after
them.
pill, gonorrhea.
Yeah, that's it. That's. I mean, if you're gonna be a gentleman about it.
Yeah.
You could catch gonorrhea in Postal 2, right? I think that was like a major
Probably.
plus. point.
No, you got what's the one that makes it burn when you pee?
Isn't that gonorrhea?
Syphilis?
No,
No, that is gonorrhea.
Is it?
I don't
I
know.
thought it was
Syphilis will make you go crazy
something that sound
in the
like
head if
midichlorians.
it's
Hang on, I'll solve this mystery
burns when
right
you
now.
pee.
Welcome back to our video games podcast, by the way.
when
You
you
get gonorrhea in Postal 2.
Well, this is related.
Chlamydia.
chlamydia.
That's what you get in Postal 2.
Classic.
You get
Yeah.
chlamydia.
Isn't that like some English toff's child's name?
It could be.
It's the is that the clap?
I don't
Well,
know.
all I've found so far is a Steam community thing saying, why the Postal dude had gonorrhea?
But no, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you get chlamydia in Postal 2, and therefore you can legitimately piss fire in that game.
I will
After
never ever forget when I was told how they treated gonorrhea back in the day.
I think it was gonorrhea because this
I
guy
mean,
is
it
like,
might be. I don't know.
he's
I
like,
don't know.
How
So,
the heck did he get this?
Because the tract, the
Yeah,
where the
urinary
pee and that
tract,
comes,
yeah.
it gets clogged up with all the pus.
No, I already-
Here we go.
So they stick that little umbrella
where
that
you're
you get in
going.
like
I'm
pina
straight-
coladas.
yeah.
Oh,
Scrape
come
it
on.
out.
Let's not talk about this on the podcast.
Open it and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
scrape.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
All right, I get this dude, he is going through some stuff. I just got to read this out. Okay. Why the postal dude had gonorrhea? This was not very clear in the game's plot. How the heck did he get this disease?
very
What
clear.
did he not get involved with hookers during the game? And if his wife really was an ugly fat that did not leave the trailer at all, would she cheat on him as he leaves for tasks?
Yes.
Was this the original intention of the developers of the game
I
plot?
feel like he's gone
was-
and looked
That
way
was
too
like-
far into it.
Yeah, no, that was like the whole joke. You just like he got gonorrhea. He wasn't banging anyone. He like him and his like girlfriend that lived in the van in the like in the trailer park. Like it was just that where it was just like, oh, she got it from someone and gave it to him. That was the whole joke.
Well, there you go, Legionator.
There
You have your
we've
answer.
Solved
sorted.
your problems.
We've solved your problem.
Did anyone answer him?
Yeah.
I just did then.
Yeah, Nick did.
Yeah, sorry.
Are we all time traveling by the way?
Downplay your answer.
Yeah, I don't know. I just,
My 600 ping life says, I think it was from the Rednecks.
Okay.
all right, there you go. I think it was from the rednecks. The rednecks that his missus was banging.
Only the rednecks have it.
It just gets more into if he was molested by rednecks, so I'll leave it there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, but no, it wasn't that. That wasn't like that was a
No, those-
subsequent section in the game. But
Those
that wasn't
rednecks
the
are
joke.
pure as the driven snow.
Oh, that just
That's
wasn't
their
the joke.
problem. Isn't that the problem with them?
Yes. Yeah, that snow was driven hard.
So video games are pretty cool.
Video games.
So, gonorrhea.
I almost want to play Postal 2 again now. That game was such a mess.
I guess it would load on your computer.
I wonder what
now.
games featured STIs.
Leisure Suit Larry.
Did it?
Postal
Yeah.
2.
Yeah,
If you don't get the condom,
All right.
You catch
Never
it.
played it.
Wow.
Couldn't pass the age verification.
well, you have to know stuff from like the 1970s.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, back in the day with like the DOS Leisure Suit
Before
Larry
Google.
games, it was
Yeah.
it was like
Yeah,
dude,
yeah,
who
Oh,
won
I
the-
don't know.
And I wasn't going to go and ask my
Wimbledon?
mum the answer to the.
What
Yeah.
kind of questions?
Oh no, they were fine questions, but she didn't necessarily need to know I was playing Leisure Suit
What,
Larry.
what were the questions that you were asked, Dave? Do you remember any?
How do you catch gonorrhea in the 70s?
Was it
How
the
much-
rednecks?
How much pubic hair is acceptable? No, I think it was more like
That answers a
sort of
lot.
presidential
Realistically,
sort of
that point.
type US questions,
Yeah.
like it was US centric.
Who won?
Right.
Who won Wimbledon and shit
Yeah.
like that? I think.
Yeah. Why is Richard Nixon great? Yeah, I don't know.
What was his nickname?
What was the answer to that one?
Watergate.
I can't remember them offhand.
Gosh, we are just learned people, aren't we?
Damn straight.
Yeah. Because we have the internet now.
This
so-
is an educating
Look,
podcast.
do you want to break down the
I can
Bristol
use
stool
words
chart?
right.
We can break
yeah,
down the Bristol
between-
stool chart more. It's fine.
I didn't
Yeah.
even know there was a stool chart.
I didn't know
until now,
Bristol
so-
made
Really?
it.
Yeah.
I'm going to
So
rock your
you
world,
don't
Nick.
need to do this.
But there's a
Josh.
kid-friendly
Isn't
version
your-
where they compare it to
Isn't
other
your keyboard
things.
unplugged?
Oh, like jelly beans and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Oh,
They compare it to
wow.
like food types.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna compare it to anything, Josh, why is it?
Josh is bringing
I
up the
don't
Bristol
think-
stool chart.
Did you even search for that, or was it just in your history?
No, he searched.
I didn't even see
He-
like tap away on the.
He just gently typed away as you were
There you
talking,
go.
Dave.
There you go.
Wow.
So where are you on this chart, Nick?
Oh, like last night, I was a 6.
You
Oh.
See, 5 is okay. See, if you're getting a
Well,
5 and a 4 is
okay,
in the middle and is
Josh,
good.
if you went in there and you were leaving mushy consistency with ragged edges,
ragged. We're on the
Like,
raggedy
that's
edge,
just-
my
yeah.
friends.
I mean, I don't look at the edges. I don't know what
It's hard to define an edge on these, let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
I like that it's just like lacking fiber. Normal, mild constipation, severe constipation.
There's no in between.
There's nothing. Yeah.
That said, I have, so I go from a 3 to a 7.
Like
I thought you were going to.
For those just listening, please Google it and pull up a Bristol stool chart just for the full effect.
I can
Maybe we can put
go
a download
from,
on our website. It's a PDF.
Yeah.
I can go from like a 2 or 3 to a 6 in one movement.
you basically going like, dude. Sometimes on my good days, I do the whole chart.
Yeah.
You see, what happens, sometimes people get blocked.
So the
So
body
you'll get,
flushes
you'll
it
get
out.
you'll get a
Twitter.
7 squirting around
Oh.
like a 2.
Yeah.
And then it comes out
so
and you get a lot of everything.
With
just
my
mush and paste.
IBS and things like that, I will get the 2 out, but the body is trying to flush 6. So like it'll turn into a 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, you turn it off?
No, I haven't touched it.
That's broken.
Or if we run out of stuff.
We might have run out of stuff.
Oh well.
it's still warm.
Josh has
You
touched
gotta
it.
stop
It's all right,
destroying
Josh,
yourself
it's
like
over.
that.
It's okay.
Is
Is
it
it-
empty? Or is there stuff in there?
Oh, look.
Josh is going
This
for a look.
Josh is going to check the fog machine.
It doesn't matter.
it's chocolates.
Okay.
Oh, there it goes.
There's the 8 we were talking about.
I feel like we need
All right,
to plug it in like 6 hours before we want to use it.
Yeah. Well, thank God we.
What
Thank
a
God most of
range
the
of topics
people-
we've covered here.
I've said it before, I said it again. We're transparent.
I'm just glad that the majority of the people who participate in the podcast just listen to it and they don't watch it at all. There's so much visual humor today.
Actually, I just remembered too. There was a story that I now have from one of our listeners, where she was trying to listen to us. I think last week or the week before. No, it was like just this week, just gone, because it was probably the worst one to do this with. After if anyone like listening or watching is like heard what our last previous podcast before this went like. But no, she was kind of sick of getting interrupted while she was trying to listen to it. So she decided to, instead of going the audio format, she'd go and watch the YouTube format. Because that way, then like her kids and all that kind of stuff, they'd just be like, nah, she's watching a thing.
Yeah.
But last week we had some technical difficulties.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. How'd that turn out, by the way?
It just stopped.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just put like that colourful rainbow
Yeah,
screen.
yeah.
Gone wrong.
And it was just
Everything
there's a
had gone
beep
wrong.
for like 10 seconds.
Yeah,
And then I bring us back audio only.
Yeah.
Great.
So
Oh man, I was just.
What?
We could have had the audio only thing from Evangelion. For the rest of that podcast. Missed opportunity.
there's still a chance.
There will be more opportunities.
Let's
to
go.
say.
Yeah.
If this phone falls down.
Doing well.
Look, I offered
It's
to
doing
build
okay. It's doing okay.
I offered the Duplo solution.
Did.
You just want to play with
I do.
you.
Yeah,
Duplo
I'm really
is
keen to
fun.
see that now, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're going to make a Duplo camera phone stand,
It's
I'm pretty
quite
keen.
easy to do. It's not. It's probably more boring than you think.
Oh, I don't know. You've built it up now.
Yeah.
I mean, I could give it. You could make it into some interesting things. You could give it
Yeah.
wings, but
But, like,
Make
have
it a unicorn.
Have it as a drone, just kind of flying over the table.
oh, it'll be a full mount off
What
the
if we
ceiling.
did that? What if we just like strapped the phone to a drone? Then that could be the overhead.
I mean,
Most
drones
phones
have
just
cameras in
on
them.
I've actually got a
no.
drone with a camera
Like,
on it.
yes, okay, sure, they
It
have.
might be a
cameras in them,
little
But
loud.
what if we just put the iPhone on there as well?
It could be a bit
Oh,
loud.
and the smoke machine.
And the smoke machine. The smoke
What, so
machine-
everyone could watch it explode as it hits the cable.
You can watch us go up in flames and just like no.
Yeah. All my cable management.
All gone to hell.
Oh, God.
All gone to hell. For those of you that don't even, well, no one knows, obviously, other than that, Josh has put a lot of, it doesn't look like it.
That's Dave.
Hey, that's my.
That's
That's the
Dave's
massive.
HDMI
Put a lot of,
cable.
How else are we to play LOL in this
effort
room?
into like getting us set up with the cabling.
The cables go under the table.
No, the cables for everything that we're using right now. Really nice management. Everything here, it's just for show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It's
just-
not
yeah.
plugged
It's
into
giving a
anything.
feel of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got the quality cans of
Sponsored by Pepsi.
We want you to
Mango.
feel like you
We
live
got
with us. Oh, can you
bags.
imagine if Pepsi sponsored us?
I'd be okay with it.
We've got the
What if they sponsor
fluid
us,
for
but
the
they're like,
smoke
we'll only
machine?
give you $25?
That'd be.
That's fine. We could say
Better than
sponsored
nothing.
by PepsiCo.
no.
Yeah.
They'll just give us more of this rubbish.
It tastes like ass.
Well-
if anyone out there hasn't tried, now, okay, let's talk about Gamer Fuel.
Raw, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. Roll.
Pepsi Max, not Gamer Fuel.
Right.
Tasty.
Oh, sorry,
but
Pepsi Max Mango,
Not
not
Gamer
Gamer
Yeah,
Fuel.
okay.
No.
Pepsi
I-
Max is okay. Pepsi Max, controversial opinion, tastes better than any Coke.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'm actually on that train. So.
It's been a long time since I've had an actual Coke, but
Like
don't know, it's
pure
hard.
original Coke, maybe.
Are we talking like 1930s?
Because I mean,
original
like,
Coke,
give me the actual cocaine in the
a
Coke.
line of Coke. And
I find a lot of the, caffeinated beverages that are all carbonated, I find them hard to deal with at the moment because the all the artificial sugars and stuff. If I have like 2 or 1, really, like at this point, I feel really gross. Like I can't actually quantify the feeling that I get after I finish drinking
Yeah.
Pepsi Max. It's not good. It's like
Yeah.
I feel a little bit sick, but okay. it's really
Artificially
odd.
stimulated?
I don't know. It's just
Because
like
I get a bit of a buzz on sometimes.
I will admit the fact that when you read these things, you realise that the sweetener they use in the sugar-free stuff is phenylalanine.
yeah.
That's a terrifying name to start with.
Yeah.
It's too many letters.
It's
starts with
nasty.
an
It is
F,
bad for you, though.
and it
Yeah, it
is
uses
apparently
fennel.
like
Pretty
just
sure it's
really bad
chlamydia's
for you
sister.
anyway. Yeah, no, it's
Probably
it's-
carcinogenic.
I'm gonna piss fire in a minute.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, between the Pepsi Max Mango and the inhalation of all your fog machines.
yeah, I'm doing well
Yeah,
today.
it's a bad day for
Yeah.
Nick. But I mean, like, yeah, it's not great. I don't really drink anything other than water these days. Like, I'm just
Are you back on the champers yet? You're not, no.
no.
Because Jamie used to be the resident classy bastard, and
Yeah.
we'd all be sitting there drinking peach like vodka or something. and Jamie'd be cracking the champers.
Champagne was always like a safe bet because I could buy a bottle of it, finish the bottle, no ill effects in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I got glandular fever. Didn't realize I had glandular fever. Did that again and felt
Ill effects.
awful.
Yeah.
Awful.
All the effects.
Like it's just because your liver swells up and it's just bad. So I haven't. I got to go talk to my doctor and be like, when can I have alcohol again, work out again, kiss my girlfriend again, and I just don't know at the moment. I gotta go speak to a medical professional.
Gonna have to
Kiss
get
her
that
through
lip
Glad
transplant.
Should probably take it at this point.
Oh,
She's
jeez.
getting desperate.
See, that immediately makes me think of that. Do you remember in Batman and Robin when Robin went to go and
Kiss Batman.
deal with Poison
Glad
Ivy about something? He had like bargain with her about something or other, and they were like having sexy word games.
Oh, did he have
And then
like?
she went and kissed him, but he had like weird Glad wrap lipstick on or some
Yeah,
shit.
like-
and it was
it's like
amazing.
bat chapstick
Yeah,
or
some
something.
kind of bat stick.
I would have thought that like Poison Ivy's poison would be because she like slips the tongue in.
Doesn't it just make you itchy?
Actual poison ivy.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
actual
yes,
poison
yes.
ivy. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
So she's really useless.
Well, let's look at all like the fact that
Like, oh, what are you going to do?
I've got
Tickle
the
me?
feeling that giant plants that like spread themselves through entire cities probably isn't just poison ivy at that point.
Well, that's a bit of a misleading
I-
name then, isn't it?
You know what? I think Josh is right. I think that they should reboot the DC universe again. They've done it for less, and just make Poison Ivy's only real power like yes, she's green, yes,
just
she's a
gives you a
redhead,
rash.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
she
if
just
you
gives
touch
you
her,
a
you get
rash.
an irritating rash.
Yeah.
That is all she can do.
Yeah.
I would love to read about the trials and tribulations of this woman who literally irritates everyone she comes into contact with.
They could
Yeah.
call her
Yeah.
Rash Girl.
She's just, she's just Poison Ivy.
Poison ivy still
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's just trying to live day to day.
A normal
Oh,
life.
Yeah.
jeez.
I'd be called Red Raw. If I had her power, I'd call myself Red Raw.
I bet Poison Ivy is a really good name because that's what Poison Ivy
Yeah, but
does.
like Red Raw,
I thought
it's
you were
like,
talking about
oh.
like just your superhero name
Yeah,
in general.
I would be Red Raw.
Well, it's fitting for multiple reasons.
But you got to spell raw like raw.
RAWR.
Yeah,
Rawr.
Red raw.
Here's a question. All right, new segment.
Snuggles.
New segment.
Wow.
Okay, because if people haven't worked out already that we're kind of just
Bumbling along.
It all
it's
happened
a
in
slow,
gaming
it's
this
a
week.
slow games week. All right, but this is games related. I feel like I'm getting old.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of terminology being thrown around on like Twitch and things
Like
when I
simp.
watch streamers. Like what?
Simp.
Isn't that someone that worships a woman?
Sort of.
Doesn't have to be a woman.
There's a sucker who idolizes mediocre pussy.
Who what?
Sucker who idolizes mediocre pussy.
So
Simp.
the internet,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or like 90% of
Well,
the
it's like
teens.
it's like any. It's basically like any dude who was just like watching like a cam girl
Yeah.
and just gives money.
Oh.
Simp.
Anyway, I was going to go with what does poggers mean?
I had no idea.
Nah, it's like good now, isn't it? Effectively.
Poggers, yeah. Well, see,
Like-
POG is what in Korea is player of game, like the best one. The
I
player
see-
of the
I
game.
see it a lot in LOL
terminology,
streams.
because
Yeah.
the terminology now that I've heard that in recently is, wow, King, that sex was poggers, but can we get back to you explaining the entirety of the Skyrim lore to me? So,
What do you watch on the internet?
Really
a
specific.
wild and varied subject of, yeah. No.
I
and
just
and
really
kek.
like.
What's kek?
That's like.
Kick W, Sag. There's lots of stuff.
Yeah, but no one's helping me with what it means.
Isn't kek
Does
just like
anyone
laughter?
really know what it means? Like,
Kek,
see-
I'm pretty sure kek is when in World of Warcraft, if you're Alliance and you talk to Horde, you technically can't understand the language that they're speaking, so it jumbles up the alphabet.
Right.
And so
Oh.
LOL comes out as KEK.
Huh.
Right.
That's what I think that's meant.
That,
But it's been a while.
top keck is like a weird sentence to throw out there. Then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's just an amalgamation.
Do you know that
of-
LOL or Blizzard used to employ actual psychologists to be in game to help people who, once they hit a certain amount of playtime or activity, they
Hey,
would
bro.
initiate chat with them.
We noticed that you started
Because it was,
your
it was,
account
at, it was at the
last
height
month.
of WoW, and then there
Yeah.
was all this big talk in mainstream media who didn't
Right,
really
that,
understand
like,
games,
yeah.
as we know. But they were all worried
It's
about
like a
addiction.
placating action.
Yeah.
Almost.
Well, there were all those there were cases of people dying. You know, like just playing the game,
poop
not
sucking
eating
until
enough.
they couldn't move.
Yeah, dying, or I think there was one I really remember was there was a couple in China who they just played the game and their newborn they just
Oh.
ignored it and the
Oh.
kid
Yeah,
died.
I remember that. Yeah.
So I think Blizzard were like, smells
We have
like
to be
class
seen.
action.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
to be seen to be doing everything we
Yeah.
can
We
to prevent
can't keep selling our crack to these people.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
Well, we
change it
will,
slightly.
but-
Like there was
We'll change it
um,
slightly. We'll cut it.
There was,
So-
in Korea, there was that LOL incident. So in Korea, I assume that like internet cafes are still a big
yeah,
thing.
they
Yeah,
are,
yeah.
And this one guy just like was like trash talking the other team,
Uh-huh.
and they lost. And the guy that he was aiming a lot of his flaming and toxicity towards literally tracked him down to that internet
Oh,
cafe
yeah.
and like hacked him to pieces.
Man,
I do remember that. Yeah. No.
Like, get help.
talk about a salty run back.
Like, yeah, just get better at the game.
get good scrub.
And then there's the classic Mark Hunt,
Oh,
The UFC fighter.
UFC fighter.
tracked down
Who,
like
like,
a young kid who was mouthing off to him
Trashing
online.
on Call of Duty or some shit. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was like
yeah.
COD, and he tracked him down like this massive UFC.
Remember the guy we were playing against, and we talked about going to his apartment. and
Oh,
he
yeah,
thought
in WA.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
I asked him what apartment number. He
yeah.
gave me the address, but no apartment number
Yeah.
after saying it was an apartment block.
We have discussed this on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just reminded me of that.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
just
yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Still don't know the apartment number.
What a coward.
Yeah.
Well, he's still on your friends list, right?
Yeah,
Just be like, what's the apartment number?
yeah. I've still got that other guy that's It's really weird. Some people abuse you in the game and then add you afterwards and go, "Oh, haha, good game, but you were pretty good. Let's be friends." I'm
Right.
like, no.
Nah, that's
You've
weird.
just proven that you're a toxic little shit.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna play a game with
Yeah,
you.
that's just the League of Legends toxicity that it's so ingrained into the way that you play the game.
Oh yeah.
That even if you're going like,
The-
oh yeah, this guy was good.
The
or-
problem is, and
but-
Dave will know this, that like, so there's a guy called Lol Tyler 1 or T1,
okay,
and he is like by and far the biggest LOL streamer.
Right.
He eclipses anyone else,
yeah.
even the official LOLs
Yeah,
channels.
he's huge.
Right.
Even when Worlds is on and he's just not watching it or anything, he's playing his
He's
own
just
games,
playing.
he'll have like 25, 26,000 people
Right.
on average.
Okay.
Then he played Twitch Rivals and he was having like 50, 60,000 people. But he perpetuates this character who is just extremely toxic.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think when he was younger, it used to be a real, like he
That was just
actually
what he was
was
like.
because he
toxic.
got banned.
He got perma-banned. He's the
Right.
only person, as
Ever
far as I
come back
know,
from
who's
perma.
ever had a life ban like reversed.
Rescinded. They let him
Right.
And
back
now
in.
he's low key Riot's secret weapon. So they bring him along.
Yeah, he gets invited to
because
events.
he's still toxic, but it's more of an act,
Yeah. Okay.
and it's less than it used to be.
right.
But that's still his character.
Yeah. Okay.
When he takes the game seriously, like he's doing challenges now. Like he's got to
Right.
get from unranked to challenge, which is like top rank. He
Yeah.
actually mutes everyone and doesn't talk, and he
Just plays the game.
just plays the game. And he's toxic, but he's just like talking shit to his audience.
He's not actually
in the
doing it
game.
in game.
Right.
Players.
But yeah, that persona is still there.
yeah.
And Riot, you can see how they want to try and capitalize on his popularity.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they've worked hard to distance themselves
From that
toxic
player base, yeah.
player base. So it's just hilarious watching them try to balance that by throwing him sponsorships or inviting him along
Yeah.
to All Stars
It
and things like
definitely
that.
sends a mixed message to
It
the people
does.
who watch him and go like, oh well, this is
This
fine.
is how
But
you
the
play the
amount of
game.
people now that try to imitate it, or young
Yeah.
people that don't understand it's a character,
Yeah.
just you see so many people, don't you, in chat, and the things that they say, you go, you are just trying to be Tyler One. and it's annoying.
And you really don't have the skill level he does.
I was going to say, yeah,
but
that's a certain level of like being able to think on your feet. I feel that
Yes.
only certain people have. Like you can. Everyone has the ability if they want to be a toxic piece of garbage.
I
Only
feel,
some of us have the ability to make it listenable, if you know what I mean.
And he also has the skill to back it up. He's actually
He's a good player.
technically a good player to watch
Right.
as far as skill.
Yeah.
I guess
Just
like,
mute
the,
him and
the,
watch
the
the play.
upshot from all this is that just all the people playing LOL, they don't seem to have much reach in other games. So like you go to League of Legends and you're like, right, this is a toxic cesspit, but they're all in the pit.
Yeah,
I can
they're
go
all
somewhere
there.
else. They're not coming out of the pit.
Yeah, they're not moving anywhere else.
It's even more extreme than that. So Teamfight Tactics, which is the tactic
Well, the mobile
like
game.
Hearthstone or it's hard to explain. But yeah, it's like you get random cards and you pick one and then you play that champion and it's all automatically fighting based
Right.
on your characters and their stats and stuff.
Yeah,
So there's no skill whatsoever involved other than a bit of strategy.
right.
When to buy,
There's a
when
lot of
to
luck.
Yeah, there's a lot of luck. And I really enjoy that for a change of pace.
Yeah,
And there's so many people. It's actually more players in that than LOL usually, the actual base game,
yeah.
and not a toxic one among them that I've come across anyway.
Yeah.
They still all chat, and then there's 8 other players, 7 other players.
Yeah.
Because you
There's
got to
no
knock
team-
it.
there's
You
no
play each
teams,
other
which just
until you
helps.
knock them. You lose all your points and stuff.
Right, right.
So yeah, but it's. I think that also is because of the type of play style that it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't style on someone.
Yeah,
and then,
and like it sounds like it's a lot more. I haven't played it, so it's hard for me to
You
really
should.
speak about it. It's okay. It sounds like it's more. You know, you get in, you go, and if you fail, you fail. But it's not so much like
Yeah.
I failed because of you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's harder to like pass the buck
yeah,
because of the nature of
that's
the
where
game.
Heroes of the Storm succeeded.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they just took a lot of elements that were the cause of angst
Yeah.
among teams and stuff. And that's what made it fun in its own way.
Yeah, well, because you didn't have to worry about like last shotting minions.
Yeah.
You didn't have to worry about like, oh, is my build good? You didn't have to worry about like, what can I buy this stuff? And
You just had to worry about the mini games.
You just had to play the game and
Yeah.
enjoy yourself, and I really appreciated that. I'm kind of eyeing off Smite at the moment because they're talking about bringing in Ninja Turtle skins. I'm like, maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll.
Is
go
it
back.
still third person?
Yeah,
Smite?
yeah. I bought when I used to play that in uni. I got like the God pack, so I've got
got
the
I've got
pack with everything, didn't you?
yeah, and it was like $20 or something at the time,
Nice.
and I've got like every god that they release.
You know what we should play? Speaking of MOBAs.
Oh, no.
What?
Demigod.
Man, I haven't played.
Do you remember that? It was a Stardot game, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
was
don't, I don't think I even own that.
Yeah. That was good. Well, we played it at a few lands.
Yeah, I mean it was basically like the MOBA that came out right before League of Legends came out.
It
and-
was really slow.
Yes.
Though.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was one character that was literally a walking castle, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was the poster boy.
And then there was Heroes of New Earth. That came out at the same time as LOL, basically.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And it survived a little while before LOL just...
Nom.
It was just like that HD versus Blu-ray thing again to me. And it was
Yeah.
just like LOL just happened to win.
yeah, they were very.
Because
they were
Heroes of
very
New Earth had like a whole bunch of Dota modders or something behind it as
yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah.
So on paper, you'd go, oh yeah, that'd win.
I wonder if they just went to Dota 2, the guys who made New Earth.
True. It's crazy actually. The Dota 2 prize pool has always been and still is significantly more than LOL's, despite the just a small portion of the player base and viewership. Like Valve just put money into that.
Oh yeah, well
Yeah.
they're Valve. They got plenty of money to put into things.
Yeah, I was say they got the money.
They could just create.
I always
3D
wonder
platform
where
if they
Valve
want.
get their money from, but then I forget that they take a cut of
Yeah,
everything they sell.
They take like they
So they
take-
haven't
They make a lot
developed
of money.
anything really.
Yeah, I think they get like 20% of every game sold on or something like that.
Wasn't that 30? Or was
That's
that just
that's
the-
Apple, isn't it?
Yeah,
They get like a sizable chunk.
Yeah.
Once you sell over a certain threshold, they start taking that chunk out. And
That's Unreal's model too, isn't it? With their engine, I think.
Unreal is 12%,
Oh, okay,
and I
yeah.
think there's like another percentage that you get if you sell if you've
From our indie spotlight, I
if-
think you had to make a certain
yeah,
amount
if
of
you,
money
if
for
you,
it.
Yeah,
if
you
you
had to
make
make
the
some
game
amount, I'm
in Unreal Engine, once you reach a certain threshold, then they start taking, I think it's 5% or something.
Yeah, okay.
But I mean, Valve, like they haven't their output isn't blazing, but you got to remember they have things like Counter-Strike, which has got like the store on that as well, and
Oh yeah,
they've got Dota,
TFT.
that
Not
Team,
TFT.
Team Fortress 2.
Team Fortress 2.
They
Is that the one with hats? Everyone
Yeah.
wants
Yeah,
hats.
everyone wants
The
the
hats.
goddamn hats. Yeah.
you know, so like you look at games that aren't really like monetizable outside of themselves, which would be Half-Life and Portal.
Yeah.
But for the most part, they tend to make games that have long legs and that you can put money into. And
Yeah.
I mean, people still play pretty much all the Valve games, so that they make a lot of money off that. Then they make a lot of money off licensing.
Wasn't there a new Left 4 Dead patch or something
Left 4
coming
Dead's
out?
another
it was
one.
a
Yeah.
Left 4 Dead 2 has
Yeah.
been patched. Yeah.
Yeah, but wasn't it more a community? Didn't they outsource most of it to the community?
Don't know.
Pretty sure they did. I saw something on our Facebook page.
I have
Someone
no
commented.
Or we could investigate and play it all together on the stream at some
For
point.
sure.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead was good fun.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Vermintide. We talked about that
Yeah.
today.
Also
Yeah,
down for that.
Keen to hear that.
Vermintide,
But
yeah.
Among Us, I think Among
Yeah.
Us. Can you play that in a LAN setting, like a
Yeah, you can just play local.
local?
Yeah.
Do we all need a computer?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need.
Oh,
Because
okay.
you don't
You
really want to
play
be able to see
local.
what everyone else is up to.
Yeah.
Can you play it on your phone?
Don't think so.
Don't think
Oh,
so.
okay.
There's just like because someone is going to be an imposter, and you'll know
Yeah.
if you're the imposter. So if you were sharing the same
Oh,
screen,
right.
like
Okay.
I think Nick might be the imposter.
I was going to say
Name.
Among Us and Halloween. You can make something work there. But yeah, you need a.
Yeah.
We're just all imposters, and just because you can still murder people as a crewmate, can't you?
I don't think you can. I don't think you're
shame.
capable of murder as a normal crewmate.
That'd be
Shame.
awesome. You just go and kill everybody. It doesn't matter who
killing
the
people
imposter
for this
I
was.
shit.
still won because
Yeah.
everyone else died.
Normal imposters are incapable. Normal imposters. Imposters are incapable of performing
The task.
tasks, and people are incapable of committing murder. So
How
it
arbitrary.
it evens
jeez.
out really.
Jeez.
No one's a tank mage.
But next Friday night, so this will go out on Tuesday. I'll make sure of it.
Yep.
And that way, when I say this Friday, will be our
Halloween
Halloween stream.
Yeah. Yep. Sounds
And
good to me.
Big Halloween stream.
so yeah, we'll sit in a spooky room. We'll play some games. We'll decide what they are
Yeah,
a bit closer to the time.
Yep.
And yeah, come and join us on our Halloween stream, 8:00 Friday,
Halloween
children
stream.
depending.
Halloween stream.
And then
Halloween
our Christmas stream, shaping up to be a
We
big
are,
one.
yeah, like we're kind of already getting in prep work for the Christmas stream.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Feels
about
like I
our
work in
Christmas stream.
retail again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like how even we are maintaining the tradition of Halloween's not even over, but we're talking about Christmas.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Got to be prepared.
Look forward to our Easter stream.
With the
Amazing.
Woolworths of podcasts.
we've had a lot of, I say a lot, but we've had a fair few sponsors come to the party
Yeah.
for the Christmas stream.
It's going to be a big one.
There's going to be some good giveaways.
Yeah.
And yeah, we'll play Christmas games. Nick will be Santa, or Santa will be Nick.
There will be eggnog.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Okay, you better be ready for that. I'm sorry. Because that was really tasty last time.
It was
I
tasty.
haven't
Thank you for
experienced it.
starting with tasty.
Yeah.
Not. It was really heavy.
Oh, it was. I'm not going to say it wasn't.
It was
but-
tasty. It was impossible for me to finish it.
Yeah, I finished yours.
Yeah,
I know
you did. You finished everybody's.
Finished everyone.
That was a long time ago. I don't know if we can do that.
Next,
again.
Nick's just thinking, oh, I hate myself.
Yeah, we're getting up there in age. We gotta watch our blood pressure.
Oh, that's fine.
And our livers.
It's only
Yeah.
sugar
Your
and
body might be
alcohol.
a temple,
And
but
full,
And
mine's-
full
fat.
cream. Yeah.
Everything that's good for you at old age.
Look, you
It's
say your
the
body's
fun
a
food
temple,
triangle.
I can just say
Yeah.
mine's a bouncy castle and I can fuck this shit up.
I don't know if that's true.
So yeah, we'll have eggnog. We'll ration it maybe, and we're gonna make it as interactive as possible. I think.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we want our community to join us.
Big Halloween.
It's gonna be the Christmas. It's Neon City Daily Christmas party,
Yeah, so
and you can get drunk because you don't have to drive home.
Exactly. There's going to be eggnog. It doesn't matter if I have to drive home.
I mean, at this point, potentially you'll be right across the road, so you can stumble home.
It's true.
You can roll it.
It's true.
He's gonna. You won't find where you live. You're like, oh my
You just
god.
keep knocking on doors.
You're gonna sleep outside someone else's door.
Yeah, someone else.
If you
But then
would.
it'll ironically be outside your own door.
Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah,
If we all drink enough eggnog,
crux of this-
and I'm not going to get drunk, so I'm just going to go around the next morning and film people laying on the couch dying. We'll do a follow-up stream.
follow up, follow up the next day.
Christmas, the
I'm
aftermath.
probably going to Uber home. I'm sorry.
That's like $60, but that's okay.
But
Cool.
yeah, so this week,
But yeah,
Friday,
Halloween
big
first.
Halloween stream. Doing that, we want as much audience interaction as we can get. Then, so tell your friends, tell your mum, bring your dog.
Yeah. Not our mums.
We're gonna
No,
be-
don't tell our mums.
Yeah.
Good.
But we
not
said
our-
your mum, so
Yeah.
Your mums, yeah.
it's
Yeah.
we
Just
calculated.
We'll be there. We'll be.
Square.
We probably will be actually little square on the bottom of the screen.
Don't bring your kids because it's going to be spooky.
We'll be there. We'll be square. You come and you will stare.
It's going to be rare.
Ooh.
Are you unaware?
Eat a
Yes.
pear.
Does that sound fair?
There'll be fog.
There will be fun.
There'll be
Maybe
fog.
some glare.
Hey.
It will be darker than this.
For those at home, he's turned the lights down.
There we go.
There we go. Lights are off.
All right, boys. Well, now. Okay, well, we've killed Josh. So.
Josh is dying.
No, there's more housekeeping.
Oh, all
Because I put a status up. So go to our Facebook page if you want to know what's coming up. But
Yeah.
Kingless, if you watched, and a lot of you did, thank you, or listened to the Kingless interview, or 219, who made Kingless.
Yeah.
They have received pre-production copies of the game. They're really happy with it. So they're full steam ahead and hope to have the game out before Christmas. And before Christmas, they're going to come and sit down and we're going to play it.
Cool.
And so not only will we have a very early, if not an exclusive look at the first gameplay, they have been kind enough to offer us a few copies to give away as well.
Nice.
That's great.
So we'll figure out before we sit down with them how you can go about winning it. And that's about it.
Cool. All right.
Sweet.
Well, I've been Jamie.
I've been Nick.
I've been Josh. Sorry, I was looking at the fog and the window interact.
And I'm still Dave.
Goodbye. Now green. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. You can hear.
You need more. Just do it. Just crank it.
Just go.
Just fill the room.
I think that's it. Oh no. It seems to be less.
It's like it can't keep itself warm enough.
Yeah.
It's like the smoke machine version of erectile dysfunction.
Man down.
Man down.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.